Liam Payne's tragic and untimely death has left the world in shock. Just 31 years old, the former One Direction star met a sudden and devastating end after falling from the third floor of his hotel room in Argentina. According to local authorities, Payne was staying at the Casa Sur Palermo Hotel in Buenos Aires, where several witnesses reportedly saw the singer fall from his balcony. The incident occurred in the late afternoon around 5 p.m. local time and sparked immediate confusion and heartbreak across the globe. The details surrounding Payne's fall remain unclear, with speculations ranging from a possible accident to something more deliberate. Argentine state police are currently investigating the circumstances, while the public and Payne's fans anxiously await more information. As of now, representatives for Payne have not provided any official statements. A photo obtained by TMZ shows a body believed to be Payne's lying on the wooden deck of the hotel with tattoos matching the singer's adorning the arm. The image, however, was not fully published out of respect for the privacy and grief surrounding the incident. Witnesses described the moments leading up to the fall, recalling Payne's erratic behavior earlier in the day. Reports suggest that the pop star had been acting unusually in the hotel lobby, even going as far as smashing his laptop in a moment of rage. Witnesses also noted that hotel staff had to intervene and escort him back to his room just hours before the tragedy occurred. Adding another layer of sadness to this story is the fact that Payne had recently attended his former bandmate Niall Horan's concert at the Movistar Arena in Buenos Aires on October 2nd. The pair, once part of one of the most famous boy bands in history, had gone through years of intense fame together, and fans hoped that the reunion would bring some joy and stability to Payne's life. But just a short time later, tragedy struck. For those who followed Liam Payne's career, his struggles with mental health and addiction were not entirely unknown. In the years following the breakup of One Direction, Payne openly discussed his battles with substance abuse and the toll that fame had taken on him. One of the most candid moments came during a 2021 appearance on the Diary of a CEO podcast, where Payne admitted that he had hit rock bottom during his time with the band. Reflecting on his dark days, he spoke of a life filled with drugs and alcohol, hidden behind the facade of international stardom. "I was worried how far my rock bottom was going to be," Payne confessed. "Where's rock bottom for me? And you would never have seen it. I'm very good at hiding it. No one would ever have seen it." These haunting words now take on even more significance in light of his death, as many wonder if his struggles ever truly subsided. When asked by podcast host Stephen Bartlett if he had ever experienced thoughts of suicide during these challenging times, Payne didn't shy away from the painful truth. "Yeah, there is some stuff that I have definitely never spoken about." In a moment of vulnerability, Payne described the severity of his mental health challenges, saying that his situation was really severe, and that he only realized how deep his issues ran once he began to take steps to heal. The admission of his struggles gave fans a glimpse into the turmoil that Payne was dealing with behind closed doors, but his ability to hide his pain was a testament to how easily fame can mask the deeper problems beneath. Payne's battle with addiction, particularly with alcohol, was a recurring theme in his life. During the same podcast interview, he recounted how his excessive drinking had a profound impact on his physical and mental health. "There were a few pictures of me on a boat and I was all bloated out," Payne said, describing an image that made headlines at the time. "I call it my pills and booze face. My face was just like 10 times more than it is now." This striking visual of how far his drinking had affected him stuck with many who were concerned for the star's well-being. The former One Direction member went on to explain how fame exacerbated his substance abuse issues. The meteoric rise of the band, composed of Payne, Horan, Harry Styles, Louis Tomlinson, and Zayn Malik, came at a price. The boys, barely out of their teenage years, were thrust into the global spotlight with little to no preparation for the overwhelming demands of stardom. Payne admitted that the intense fame often left them trapped in hotel rooms with nothing to do but drink. The minibar, he explained, became a dangerous escape during their long tours. "So at a certain point, I just thought, well, I'm going to have a party for one, and that just seemed to carry on throughout many years of my life," Payne recalled. The realization of how long he had been drinking, even at such a young age, hit him hard. And then you look back at how long you've been drinking and it's like, Jesus Christ, that's a long time, even for someone who was as young as I was. While Payne acknowledged that being in One Direction gave him many opportunities for which he was grateful, he also admitted that the band came with its own set of challenges. Constant pressure, lack of control over his own life, and the isolating nature of fame led to moments of toxicity, both within the group and in his personal life. The fast-paced, chaotic lifestyle, combined with the need to maintain a certain public image, created a cycle of unhealthy behavior that Payne struggled to break free from. Like many, Payne found himself struggling even more during the COVID-19 pandemic. The sudden shift from a packed schedule of touring, recording, and media appearances to a life of isolation was jarring. With so much free time and nothing to fill the void, Payne turned to alcohol once again. He described how easy it was to slip back into old habits, especially when there were no boundaries or responsibilities to keep him in check. The isolation brought about by the pandemic intensified his existing struggles, and Payne found himself grappling with mental health issues in a way he hadn't expected. As news of Payne's death continues to spread, fans and loved ones alike are left to mourn the loss of a young man whose life was marked by both immense success and deep personal pain. Social media has been flooded with tributes from those who adored him, celebrating his musical legacy and his contributions to one of the most influential boy bands of the modern era. Payne's voice, once part of the soundtrack to a generation's teenage years, will forever be remembered, even as the circumstances of his passing cast a shadow over his final moments. Public's grief is compounded by the tragic irony of Payne's open discussions about mental health, addiction, and the pressures of fame. His words now resonate more deeply, serving as a reminder of how easily fame can hide internal battles. It's a stark reflection of the complexity of mental health issues and the lasting impact they can have on someone's life. For Payne, it seemed as though he had been fighting a battle for many years, a battle that was not always visible to the outside world, but one that consumed him internally. Payne's death, regardless of the specific circumstances, has reignited conversations about the mental health challenges faced by those in the entertainment industry. The scrutiny, the expectations, and the isolation that often come with fame can be overwhelming, and Payne's story is just one of many that highlight the struggles behind the scenes. His openness about his own mental health battles was a step towards breaking the stigma, but it also illustrated how difficult it is to overcome such challenges, even with the world watching. In the wake of Payne's passing, fans are calling for more awareness and support for artists who find themselves in similarly dark places. The entertainment industry has seen far too many young stars lost to addiction, depression, and mental health issues, and Payne's death serves as yet another heartbreaking reminder of the toll that fame can take on an individual's well-being. As we remember Liam Payne, it's important not only to celebrate his achievements but also to acknowledge the struggles he faced. His honesty about his mental health, though often painful, was a courageous attempt to address the very real problems that so many people, both in and out of the spotlight, deal with every day. His death is a loss not just for the music world but for everyone who admired his strength and vulnerability.